Sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports News here live on this Thursday evening. Man, we are so close to the weekend. We got football tonight. We got football tomorrow. We got football Saturday. We got football Sunday. We got football Monday. Man, listen, football fans, we are in heaven right now. We're here for another episode of the Thursday night forecast where we got the Commanders and Packers. We got some other college football action with the NC State Wildcats or Wolfpack and Wake Forest Demon Deacons. I'm here with my man Mossberg of Level Up Sports Team. How you feeling this evening, bro?
Man, feeling good. And the way you just said it, you said Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's just football season, man, and it's good to be back and be able to come back and just give the people another Thursday episode discussion. It's good to see you as well. First and foremost, when I seen the chats going off, I was like, it's Thursday. I said, man, I can't wait to do what we do. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another banger live from the Midwest, home of the national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And respectively, got to give a shout out to them guys because we're going to be talking college football tonight. So I'm going to pass it over to the man that put us all together, Mr. WTP Sports Deuce. We call him You'll get to know him a little more as we continue to do what we do.
Man, I'm good to see you as well, man. Glad you could make it this evening. Ready to get it jumping. Nice to see you, Sean. Brother Sean, nice to see you out there, bro.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate
Mr.
you
Burnett.
joining in with us this evening. Man, let's get into some of this action. We know tonight we got the Commanders and the Packers.
Yes.
The Commanders are being given 3.5 points in this game at Green Bay. Green Bay is favored by 3.5, and the over and under is 48.5.
Mm.
What's your thoughts on this game? What are the keys to victory for either one of those teams tonight?
And before we get into it, just appreciate I appreciate Mr. Burnett tuning in. That's our SEC Texas A&M Aggie, who will we be getting together to do our Friday night conversation on the Notre Dame Texas A&M game we have this weekend. And I appreciate him tuning in. Just met him yesterday, Waffle House guy down in Texas, born and raised, and I think it'll be great once we get to our talk as well. So glad to have you as well. But for me, I got these Green Bay Packers, man. They added Micah Parsons. You coming to Lambeau Field on a Thursday night, Micah Parsons is getting many more snaps on this Thursday night. I like the addition of Deebo Samuel. Don't get me wrong with what Washington is doing, what they've built, and they're going to be something to wreck with. This could be a possible early NFC showdown championship form. This is a possibility, something we could see later in the NFC playoffs and as the season progresses as well. But I'm going with Green Bay and the 3.5. It's tough to take the over under because of the way you just don't know defensively. Both teams have great defense, but they have some offensive weapons. So I'm going with the over, and I'm going to take Green Bay. Jordan Love has been something special these first few games for me, just my opinion. And he's someone I've watched, from his college days in Nevada. A lot of people forget he didn't come from one of those Power 4 schools, and he was a kid that kind of reminds me of a Joe Flacco type. Wasn't at the biggest school, but he came in, he just kept doing what he do and got the weapons necessary. And this defensive gem and Micah Parsons, I'm taking Green Bay tonight.
Man, the way that Green Bay Packer defense looked against the Detroit Lions on Sunday, bro, they looked really, really good.
Yeah.
Jordan Love looked good. The Packers team looked good. Man, Daniels, he got weapons out there. He got Debo Samuel, like you mentioned. The way Sean has mentioned, they got Debo.
Yeah,
Man, and he feels like it's too much for Green Bay. I think Green Bay at home with that defense, I think they're going to be able to slow Washington down and get the win. They're favored by 3.5. I'm not going to say they're going to cover that 3.5, but I believe they can definitely win this game tonight. And I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers to win it, but I don't think they're going to cover that 3.5. But I do believe they can go over this 48.5. Though.
yeah.
I do believe they can do that.
And we seen what happened Monday night. Yeah, and that Monday night game just when you have two quarterbacks, man, as these young talents in Love and Daniels, I think the offensive weapons. Not that there's no defense, but shout out to the offense and the way these coaches design up things and the way these players go out there and get it. I think we will see that over, like you said. I think they both can put up points in that way as well. It's good to see those joining in. And also Bees TV, Mr. Donnell Irvin, that's nephew Bees TV, as well as Facebook Live. Mr. Sutton Dorian is joining in with us as well. So we appreciate those all joining in this evening. Also, leave your comments and what you think about this game as well in the comments also.
Yeah, Donnell, that's a really good thought right there. It comes down to which quarterback can endure pressure the best. And I'm rolling with Daniels. He said I'm rolling with Daniels. Daniels got some wheels, man, and I know he's going to have to use them tonight because they're definitely going to bring some pressure on him, and they're definitely going to put some pressure on Jordan Love as well. I just hope that the Green Bay Packers can hold on to that home field advantage. The Cheeseheads can get in it and pull out this victory. Because the way, like I said, like the way that defense looked
Yes.
against Detroit, man. Now I'm quite sure Washington probably got a better line than Detroit, offensive line than Detroit. They made Detroit look bad, and I think they're going to be able to do some things against Washington as well. But hopefully they can keep Daniels in the pocket and make some things happen. Uh, yeah, Bees, your coach, man, they put it on the Miami Dolphins on Sunday. Can they repeat that this coming week and see what they do? They need to get the ball to my man A.D. Mitchell a little bit more, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he'll be a shocker this week. I think he definitely can get some touches this week. I think that'll be a hidden gem in that offense as well.
Yeah. We also got our main post game of the post game 86 podcast joining us as well. How you feeling this evening post game?
What up? What up? What up, fellas? Can y'all hear me good?
Yes, sir.
My bad, y'all. I'm out here moving and grooving, shaking and baking. I had some things to handle, so y'all bear with me.
Cool. We also got our man FanDuel Zaya of the FanDuel Zaya podcast. He's joining us as well this evening. What's your thoughts on the Commanders at the Packers? The Packers are favored by 3.5, and the over and under is 48.5. Can they meet that over? And can the back Packers cover that 3.5?
I think it's going to be a little bit over. I think they're going to get over that. I see a final score of 27-24 tonight. I'm rolling with the Packers, though. I like the energy that Micah Parsons inserted into that defense. I just traded for my boy Jaden Daniels in the fantasy league. I hope he gets some numbers tonight. He ain't go too crazy in week 1, but it's a lot of weapons on that Commanders offense. I just think though that energy, man, that's inserted into that team, man. Now they believe they can win it all, and I think they rolling off of it right now. So I'm gonna go with the Packers tonight.
Yeah, that Michael Parsons is different, man. Like the way he chased down the The way he chased down Jared Goff, he didn't get a ton of snaps, but just the difference in that Packers defense, they flying, man. And you in Green Bay on a Thursday night. I think you're gonna get you some points tonight, Zay, for sure, with JD. But man, it's gonna be a thriller, man. I just like Green Bay.
Hey, Bees, drop that link to your channel in the comment section so we can put it on the screen.
I should have sent it to the chat too.
Yeah, I want to put it on the screen. You feel me?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Bees is taking the Commanders, and our man Sean is taking the Commanders. I think Donnell is taking the Commanders. Man, listen, I'm going with them Packers. I think the Packers going to pull it out at home myself. Yep. Let's look at the game that's taking place right now. And I don't know if y'all watched the beginning of this game.
Hold up. It sounds like post game trying to get in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me make my prediction, y'all.
Oh, okay.
Man, this is one heck of a Thursday night matchup. I really like both of these teams. I really like these two quarterbacks. I like Jordan Love. I like Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels is the future, in my opinion. But I would like to take the under. I really like the Packers defense. I think Zay was speaking about Micah Parsons and the energy he brought to the team. I think if Washington can't run the ball against that front seven in Green Bay, they'll be in trouble, because then Green Bay will unleash that pass rush on them. And they can, one thing Green Bay showed in 1 week is they can get after the passer. And seeing what they did to Detroit, although Detroit lost both of their coordinators, John Burnett said that. So yeah, that's facts. Detroit still got playmakers everywhere on that offense. And they play good defense against Detroit. I don't know if Washington got quite the weapons that Detroit has, but styles make fights. But I'll take the under on this game, because I believe, like Moss was saying, Green Bay on a Thursday night, I think they're gonna be red hot, and I think Jordan Love wants to prove that he's in that upper echelon of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Packers tonight, fellas.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point, man. This could be something to see.
There you go right there, FanDuel.
Yes, sir. I bought it. I'm subscribing, brother.
I haven't subscribed. I didn't like every video so far. Definitely tune in to Bees TV, ladies and gentlemen.
I could just type in the little thing after the slash, right, and find it.
Yep.
You should be able to, for sure. So tonight's action in college football, we got NC State. They're favored by 7.5, and at Wake Forest. I don't know if y'all seen the beginning of that game, but Wake Forest, that number 10, went all the way on down that sideline on that kickoff return and put Wake Forest up 7-0 after they got the extra point. What's your thoughts on this game tonight? It's the only college football game that's on tonight. I think worth mentioning. How do y'all feel about this game? Can Wake Forest hold on and pull out the win over NC State?
Yeah, I think they can. Me, an ACC guy, I think Wake Forest is one of the, like, when you play at night, if you kind of look over the years, it's one of the places that you don't want to play. Early in the season, late in the season, they're going to be testy. No matter who it is. And they've, this transfer portal's helped them in the midst of a rebuild, trying to find themselves in this ACC. So I say Wake Forest get the win. And when I looked at it, I haven't really liked the way NC State's, came out these first few weeks myself. So at home, I was going with Wake Forest. 7.5. I think they, I don't know. I'm gonna take the 7.5. But it was tough taking that, because I know NC State could definitely put up a fight.
Yeah. If you're a college football junkie like me, you are absolutely going to tune into this game. I'm definitely am. I'm a college football junkie. You know, that's my go-to. You know what I'm saying? If college football is on, you better believe FanDuel is watching. Uh, as far as the game going to go tonight, um, I like NC State in this game to win this game. Uh, I just hope they don't play as bad as the second half as they did against Virginia because that quarterback that they got out of the portal at Wake Forest, he ain't no joke. He can ball a little bit. So I do not like the spread. I would take the points. Um, I think it's gonna be right there. It's gonna be the end of the game type stuff. So I don't see nobody winning more than a touchdown in this game, but I do like the over in this game. But I'm going NC State.
Yeah, I agree with FanDuel. I like the over in this game. I think that NC State gets the victory tonight, fellas. ACC football Thursday night. I'm going with the Road Warriors. Give me NC State, fellas.
Hey, just while we talking right now, y'all do know NC State is losing 14-0 already, though.
I'm just saying. That's what I said. It's tough to play, but you know, like these are the type of games that second half, like you said, Zay, the over. NC State is not going to just bow down.
I don't think they're gonna bow down.
Yeah,
I don't think they can play 4 quarters of football though.
Yeah, I got them in that 7.5 too. I got everybody's pick, Sean, Donnell. I got everybody this week in there on the picks.
Hey, that one don't count. That one don't count though.
No, I'm just putting it down for us anyway.
No, you can't put that one down.
No, I'm saying just marking our marks, but I ain't gonna count it. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want you to confuse
yourself.
You
good.
Yeah. That one already started, man. Hey, we ain't giving no freebies out.
Nah, you good.
Well, you might want that free because I think I got you in the dust, don't I?
Nah, that ain't what JoJo said. That ain't what JoJo said.
I know, man.
These last couple of weeks, man. Unc been choosing that SEC. Just think, Unc been in his SEC bag these last couple of weeks, and it's been, this last week helped a little bit, but it's getting thick.
Listen, I started off hot. I was like undefeated, but then I done lost like every week, like 3 or 4 every week.
It's a marathon, man.
It's a marathon. It's a race for sure.
Yeah. I think that Wake Forest, man, and them fans, they trying to pull the upset, man. Before I saw that fan base and that crowd out there, I was thinking, oh, NC State got this. They did the preview. They showed the quarterback in his second year. He done picked up some weight. He was spinning the ball in the first 2 games, and I'm thinking, okay, man, they 2-0. Wake Forest 2-0.
Yeah.
But then I seen that crowd, and I seen that speech that coach gave them, and they up 14-0 right now. Listen, I think Wake Forest is going to pull off this win today. It's only going to be by 3 points, but I think they're going to get this win, man, and I'm definitely taking the over in this one because I think both of them will have to score a lot of points in order to get this victory. So I'm taking Wake Forest in the upset.
Gotcha.
Hey, that quarterback went to Hoover too in Alabama. I don't know if y'all familiar with the famous Hoover. Yeah. They used to have that series back in the early 2000s, mid 2010s. Yeah. We know about Hoover. They produce dogs.
Yeah, I got a little glimpse of them. Like I think right before the season started, that when they had that high school football start off that Thursday night before the kickoff of week 0 too. So.
Hey, Anthony Manzano, you got to be here with us on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. That's a slot for that game right there.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be here with us Saturday, 8 a.m.
We give him a little something, though. We give him a little something.
Give him a little taste.
No prediction. No prediction.
Give him a little something.
He said he acting as a Hurricane fan. Can I say something to him on that? Because we appreciate Mr. Manzano, Anthony, joining us. I'm going to just say this, man. You better hope that Hurricane don't get smoothed over by a barking bulldog. That's all I'm going to say. Nose Nation. Don't look ahead, baby.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir. You know I had to hit him with it, man. Appreciate you joining, man. That's my guy, man.
Man, Anthony, I think it's gonna be a great game though, man.
Yeah, sure.
That spread is kind of crazy, after seeing both teams to me. Um, that's a tough team that USF got. I definitely think Miami got way more talent on that team, but this is Florida football. So a lot of these kids they know each other, man. So I just don't see why the spread is so high, knowing what we done seen so far this year. But I do think the game is going to be won from the quarterback position. So I feel like whatever quarterback played better, really got the best chance to win that game. Um, and really, we seen Miami defense now. We get that it's not the same defense last year. It's pretty much revamped. They can actually get after the passer this year, which is a good sign to see. So, but as USF, man, that's a well coached football team. And what is one of the things that Mark Cristobal and struggle with in game adjustment. So it's going to be real interesting to see how both of these teams come out in the first quarter and after they get the fill out process and see what type of adjustments both sides make. And that could play a big key part, a big role in this game as well. Is a lot of times it always come down to coaching for real. So and even though y'all got more talent than them, I kind of like my Ohio tree guy over there, Alex Golish. So I don't know who's going to be the best coach in this game. So I'm excited for this game, man. It's another top 25 matchup, and it's here. It's here.
What you got for him, Post?
Man, Zay, that was a great breakdown. All I'm gonna say is this, man. Styles make fights. Styles make fights, fellas. I really like the physicality of this US.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, WTP Sports Dudes? I know you got something to talk about this.
I'm telling you right now, USF, they are riding high right now, bro. Listen, they in Florida, Miami in Florida. They probably wanted to go to Miami, Florida, or Florida State. Didn't get a chance to. You think them dudes ain't going to come out there hungry and ready to smash something? Now, we all know Miami got more talent than them. We do. But these dudes are riding with some serious confidence, and they're going to be physical, bro. And they're going to be after the ball carriers. They're going to be after the quarterback. They're going to do everything they can do to win this game, man. I ain't saying they're going to win it, but they're going to give Miami one hell of a fight.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But on Saturday, I'm going to give you my prediction on Saturday.
Yeah, we got you coming.
Tune in at 8 a.m. on Saturday. You'll get my prediction for sure.
Yeah,
Hey, y'all.
Go ahead, Post.
Can I ask Moss a question real quick?
Yes, sir.
2 weeks of football, Moss. Do you believe Florida State is the best team in the ACC?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, and this is my most honest opinion. The way we've played these first few weeks, hands down, we're the best team in the ACC. And I say that just on our defensive side. And when we go to the offensive side of the ball, who's really the talk of the Heisman when you talk about quarterbacks right now in the ACC? Think about it. You've seen every quarterback Florida State has. You've seen every running back that Florida State have. You've seen the elite freshmen on both sides of the football. Tell me any other ACC school that's doing that right now.
I like the confidence.
Way too early Heisman is way too early Heisman, though. So.
Nah, I mean, I get it. I'm just saying, like, but if you really think about it, it was a lot of talk. More than like you had the LSU Clemson. Don't get me wrong, it was major talk. But when you had this Florida State Alabama, nobody have my boys even given a chance. The spread was probably, but it was 14 and a half. Some people said they'd probably lose by 3 touchdowns.
Well,
So we know Alabama rebuilding respectively, and they looked good last week. But when you think about that, the way this Florida State team, I haven't seen my team moving around with this type of speed in years. When Florida State gets speed, it gets dangerous. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
I also want to defend the rest of the country. You know, nobody knew what y'all was going to be because it was a lot of unknown. Y'all
Yeah,
flipped the whole coaching staff and the whole roster.
yeah.
So, only a true fan, somebody like you, was going to believe. Y'all the only people that was going to believe. And
Shout out
kudos
to
to y'all.
Luke
Kudos.
Pankey. It's so many Florida State fans I know. I talked to them. We was good. I mean, not to cut you off, but not knowing what we had. It was a great thing for us to have the renovations because we was able to just work. And I think that was a benefit for us, and we seeing that as we come into week 3 approaching this Saturday.
You know what I worry about with Florida State though, moving forward, going into the season though, while we're on this topic. It's not the Clemson games. It's not the Miami games. It's the games where y'all going in and y'all uber confident, borderline cocky, that y'all I feel like y'all could drop. Like going to play a Virginia Tech. I think y'all got them at home this year, or turn around and playing like a Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Even that Virginia game, Virginia don't even look as bad as they used to be over the years past. Games like that is what's going to worry me about y'all moving forward. Not I don't think y'all gonna have a problem getting up for them other teams.
I agree with you. And those are the games, like, honestly, I tell myself we got to stay ready every week. This week we can't look past this week. We got to stay at it. And I agree with you. And that's been my thing. Let's go in each week, with that same confidence. When I'm watching film throughout the week, seeing how the practices is going, it gives me that much more confidence as the weekend approaches because the work that I'm seeing that they're putting in. So that's one thing that I just try to stay locked in on, man. Trying not to be too confident, but when you have a 10-loss season and you starting off the way you are, you don't have you gotta have some, you know what's in there. So just ready to get to the next one. But yeah, I just feel it's all that swagger is back, man. Bounce back 25. I'm looking for more, hungry for more. We not done yet.
Sean Burnett said FSU is the crazy uncle that nobody know what they ever gonna do.
Hey, you know it. You know it.
Let's go through these Friday slated games, and then we can tackle some of these questions that we got out there in the chat. Let's look at this game tomorrow. We got Indiana State traveling to Indiana, which is probably right around the corner. They can probably walk over across the street to this game. But man, listen, Indiana is favored by almost 50 freaking points, bro. And the over-under is only 59 and a half. They're favored by 48 and a half points. Will they cover that point spread? Is that something that a bettor will look at that and say, listen, I'm taking Indiana State and the points? What's your thoughts on this game?
Man, I want to throw the whole house in. Talk to me, Zay.
I'm gonna take the point spread, man. I think they're gonna a lot of these schools, these Power 4 schools, this is what you call a stat pattern game. You want your offense to finish in the top 25. You want your defense to finish in the top 25 by the end of the year. Yeah, you go into a game like this and you try to pad your stats. Now, I am not convinced that Indiana should be beating people by 50 plus points. They beat Old Dominion 27-14 in week 1. Then turn around and play Kennesaw State, and they blew them out, of course. But I mean, are we that confident to where I would gamble on that 48 and a half? Hell no, I ain't that confident. So, I mean, I like them to win the game. I like them to blow them out, but being 50 points better, I would stay away from that line, man. Like, and two, when it comes to like betting these spreads and stuff like that, only an Indiana fan will probably take that spread.
Yeah,
I ain't taking it.
me and Indiana State in the points.
He said, "Let me take the points."
Yeah,
Yeah, fellas. Man, that's a scary line to bet on. Uh, I will say this. I can't remember the last time Indiana State was a threat. Uh, I know a while back they were okay in basketball. I believe that's where Larry Bird went, but we talking football. Indiana is going to destroy them. I don't know if I'm taking the points uh, or the spread, but man, I gotta say this though, man. Indiana is a good team, but I think they faking this year.
mm. They pump faking.
Oh yeah.
Man, is it the low post, mid post, high post pump fake?
Hey, post game, we might have to do a thread on that, a show on that when it comes
Mm.
later in the season. Pretenders and contenders, pump
Yes, sir.
fakers and shooters.
I already got
Oh
it.
yeah. I'm
Exactly.
telling y'all right now, Indiana faking, man. They're not gonna repeat what they did last year.
I'm gonna write that at the top.
I
of
don't know though because they still got a very manageable schedule. So I mean, we can't say. Did you see their schedule?
Yeah, we went through their schedule. I don't got it right in front of me right now.
I mean, they
Do they play Penn State?
yes, they do. They're at Penn State and they're at Oregon.
Do they play y'all?
No, they don't.
That's two
Illinois?
losses.
Yes, they got Illinois at home.
Three
That's
losses.
3 losses.
Well, we don't know. Hey, they go 1-2 in there. I could see them winning the rest of their schedule. That's the only
Ooh.
thing I'm saying. They go 1-2. They can
Well,
win.
do you got do you have their schedule pulled up?
Yeah.
Tell us their Big Ten schedule if y'all don't mind.
They got after this week, they got Illinois, they at Iowa, at Oregon, Michigan State, UCLA, at Maryland, at Penn State, Wisconsin, and then they end the season at Purdue.
That's kind
Now,
of
Zay, how many those games you just read off? How many of those games are you 100% sure? I mean, it's college football. Anything can happen, but how many games are you confident they win?
Well, I'm confident that they're going to be the favorite to win all those games except for those 3 ranked teams that they play. I'm very confident they will go into the game as the favorite.
I'm gonna say 4 of those.
You think they're a playoff team?
No, I don't. But
Come
that
out.
that ain't up to me. If you go 10-2 in the Big Ten, they're gonna give you the nod.
It's
They're
gonna be
gonna
tough.
give you the nod.
Not this year, not them this year. Listen, if they go 10-2, the rest of their strength of schedule, and they're gonna probably lose to those schools that we expect them to lose to. But the fact that they lost to them and the rest of their strength of schedule was weak as all get out, they not getting in, and they ain't getting in like they got in last year and have another.
But hold on.
It ain't happening, cuz it ain't happening.
Hey, no. Let me stop you right there, and let me tell you why I beg to differ. Because if we look at their schedule and they beat one of those 3 ranked teams, who knows who's going to be Illinois? It could be Oregon. It could be Penn State. It don't matter which one it is. They're going to get the strength from that game alone. That's
Where do
it.
they play? Where do they play them games at? Illinois and Iowa, just those 2, for example.
Illinois, they got at home. Iowa's on the road.
See, Iowa, the way they play Iowa State, man, I think that'll be a tough game for them to win. And now that Illinois game, with Illinois being how high they are, it being a Big Ten, when you play each other or you haven't played each other, you coming in trying to cause some havoc. I mean, yeah, man, that's some. I got this
That's
written
tough,
down.
right?
I'm gonna pump fake it.
Because I real quick, fellas, I don't want to hold up the stream, but I think
Hey, they tied up. My bad, Post. They tied
You
up
good.
already. Y'all look, Wake Forest and NC State tied up already.
told you, it's
uh-huh,
gonna go down.
I'm taking State, but I think Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Illinois. I think those teams are going to make the playoffs.
In Post, I'm with you. But this is what I'm saying. The winner of the Illinois-Indiana game is very much well in contention to make the playoffs, as long as they win the rest of their schedule and they only drop 2 games. That's the only thing I'm saying. And that's why that game is going to be highlighted on the calendar that week, because that game has very real big implications for the college football playoff. And that's what I think. And we can think that they're pretenders, but if they can pull out a victory that day, and they're favored in every other game except for Oregon and Penn State, and they can win those games, I'm telling you, they're going to have to put them in the playoff. They're going to have to.
For sure. I'm just not high on Indiana this year. I was high on them last year, but is there any other Big Ten teams that you can see making the playoffs outside of those teams I just named?
USC maybe.
I think they're the dark horse.
Oh, what about Washington?
I think them are 2 dark horse teams. I like the way you spoke about them, Zay, that Washington team.
I can't see Washington making the playoffs.
USC definitely a sleeper. I like they got that the Ryan family all over football. I just read the article. I think he's going to make a difference with Lincoln Riley too. So I think that USC team could possibly sneak in, man. We can see these next few weeks, this being a big week too for every conference as well, with the ACC, SEC, Big 12, Big 10. It's even a Notre Dame independent. This could be a make or break weekend either for some teams when it comes to the playoff outlook, possibly.
So this is the thing about the Big Ten. This is just the fundamental fact. I'm not being a homer when I say this. Please bear with me, guys.
You good?
When you're not Ohio State and you draw Ohio State, it instantly makes your conference schedule hard. You know what I'm saying? And Washington drew Ohio State, Michigan, Illinois, and Oregon. So they got one of the hardest slates in the Big Ten this year, period.
Where is the game when they play Oregon?
They play at home against Oregon, the last game of the year.
They play y'all at Ohio State?
No, we play them at Washington.
So what if they go 2 for 2 in those games?
This Washington team is, I think they scary.
You got a very good point on that. If they
would have to win both of them, man, to get in the playoff. I think they got to beat Ohio State and beat Oregon, because you're talking about that would bring you thinking about the Indiana team from last year. Like, that would put them in that discussion, because Indiana, even though Indiana didn't beat that crop of teams, you're talking about Washington beating Ohio State and Oregon at home. That'd blow college football off the map in one season.
I could just see Washington losing like at Wisconsin though, in Camp Randall or something though. I don't know. But I mean, if they go 2 for 2 and they can win the rest of their games, yeah, they could possibly make the college football playoff as well.
Nose Nation in the building, that's why we know what we be talking about. Some of them good conversations, man. Good conversations.
Let's look at some of these Friday games, and then we'll get to some of these questions that we got in the chat before we wrap up the show. Let's look at this next one. We got Colorado traveling to Houston. Houston is favored in this game by 3.5 points. The over and under is 45.5. What's your thoughts on this? Is Colorado able to go into Houston and get a victory? Or do you see Houston winning this game, covering? Do you think the over and under is going to get hit, or it's not going to get hit? What's your thoughts on this one?
You know, when I looked at this spread, I was wondering what's up with this Houston, because Houston been bad for the last some odd years. And then I realized that quarterback was the starting quarterback at Texas A&M last year. Now, he didn't blow us off our socks. Yeah, I get that. But I like to think that he took a step down in competition, so maybe he's on his true level of playing. So maybe he can get some things done over there. But I like what Prime is doing with the Ryan Staub insertion, starting him this week. So I'm going to go with Colorado. I ain't giving up on Prime. And I'm gonna take Colorado in this game. I still think Houston got a lot more rebuilding. There, what our guy in the chat was saying about Washington, they still got some rebuilding to do.
I think the same thing with the insertion of the QB. I think when you make that change and looking at how he played last year, The confidence in him has grown for sure, throughout the week in practice. And when you've been there, you've played behind Shador Sanders and you come in with these talents that come in and then you get the opportunity to start. I think he's been ready for this opportunity. So I'm going to take Prime, of course, in this Colorado team. I think this is something that's been needed for other quarterbacks to see what weapons they truly have as well, because he knows these receivers. Them being there for that year now, off-season transfers and stuff like that. But I think it's a good thing. I'm going to take Colorado with the 3.5. I think it could be a shootout in Houston, so I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, good points, fellas. It's real interesting to see what's unfolding in Colorado, man. They bring in Salter. They got Lewis, who's a big-time recruit, and they go with the third stringer. What is that telling me, fellas? They think they got talent at receiver, which I also think they got talent at receiver, and they want to get those receivers the ball. And they feel like, was it Stubbs? What's his name?
I call him Stob. I don't know. Say how
Stobbs.
you feel.
Stobbs. Yeah, they feel like he gives them the best chance to get the ball downfield, and I'm here for it. So I'll take Colorado in a close one, man.
I have no confidence in Colorado whatsoever. I love Prime. I love the guys he got with his coaching staff. I even love his team. But I'm telling you right now, Houston is going to get him hell in Cougar Stadium. I'm taking Houston. I'm taking them to cover 3.5, and I'm taking the over. Because I'm telling you now, Houston is going to be ready for Prime and the Buffaloes. And listen, if you're on your third quarterback, that means you don't have no quarterback. Houston got a quarterback. He can fling that thing. He's a good quarterback. He just happened to be at the wrong place. Now he's in the right place. I got Houston. They're probably in a better situation. They're more confident than Colorado, and I got them beating Colorado, cover the 3.5. I'm taking the Houston Cougars because 2 years ago, they gave my Texas Longhorns fits. But then we end up getting Matthew Golden from him last year, and he balled out. Let's go Cougars.
Yes,
the comment from Mr. Des Townsend. That's interesting. Real quick, fellas, Florida is probably in a must-win situation. Do y'all think they got a chance to pull the upset? I'm not asking for predictions, but I'm gonna just ask this: Florida is in a must-win. Do they have a chance to pull off the upset against LSU?
Man, I'll give you a prediction on this game right now. It's a kill shot. Billy Napier is out of there. It's a kill shot. I think LSU gonna come out there and torture them.
Yeah.
So they have no chance of the upset?
I think they're gonna get blown out.
Their heart has been ripped out their chest. LSU was going to stomp on it. Texas is going to fry it. No, Miami going to fry it, and then Texas is going to eat it.
Man, that's some crazy stuff. You over here, you a vegetarian. He talking about eating hard.
Don't forget about this. We're gonna put that gator on the nice little Waffle House platter dish. They're gonna have to order some of them up online just for the occasion. And that's what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna just say this, fellas. I don't know if y'all agree with me or not. I don't know if LSU is them, man. Because I don't know if Clemson is as good as we thought they were. And I don't know if their offense is as good as we thought it was going to be. I don't know if LSU's offense is that good. Their defense looks stellar. I don't know if they can score like we thought they could. What's y'all thoughts on that?
Well, what did you see from Florida?
I haven't seen nothing.
I think LSU ran into a really good Clemson defensive team that they ended up beating. on the road in Death Valley, the other Death Valley, and I feel like their offense is going to be there because Nussmeier got receivers he can throw to. They got a running game. I don't know if their offensive line is as good as it needs to be, but I think it's going to be good enough against Florida. UCF was able to run on Florida, and I think that they're going to be able to run on Florida as well. But the key for me for LSU, and we talked about it on this stream several times, if they fix their defense, if their defensive backs can cover and they can fix that defense, they're going to be good.
Yeah.
And they fix that defense, man, and they're going to be good.
I'ma just say good point, Rob. But I'ma just say this: if Florida is motivated, I think they can get the upset win. I know I might sound crazy, y'all. If I just do. I just do, man. It's something about LSU, man. I don't know. And where's that game being played? Is it in the swamp?
Yeah, I think it's in the swamp.
Nah, it's at Death Valley.
It's at Death Valley, yeah.
Hey, and that's gonna be a 7:30 game. You already know how it's going down. Hey, they about to deliver that kill shot. Bah! Hey,
You
I'm
know what
telling
it
you,
is,
folks,
man. They
they
ain't
about to
playing,
deliver
man.
that kill shot, bro.
I think
It's
Noose is loose this year, man. I think it's just going like we seen last year. It took him a little bit to get warmed up with the team. I think they plan like, we don't really talk a lot about it, man. We gotta think about who they plan for this season. They plan for that wide receiver, Lacey, man, is special talent too. So they
Can-
definitely playing with a chip on their shoulder. And I think getting out of Clemson was, part of that testament to their journey they gotta go on this season and that SEC possibly and throughout.
Do we believe Lagway can get you one?
A win?
Just one. If he can get you one, this the game he gets you one.
I think he can get one. I just don't think this is the one. I think it's better off with like Texas A&M.
Man, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, because I'm about to say Sean Burnett, he Texas A&M on here too. I'm setting that up for you post game for tomorrow
I'm
night.
just saying, no. I'm just saying, baby. Listen,
Yeah.
Texas A&M, maybe even a Florida State where it's a rivalry and the blood brewing a little better. I don't see it with LSU, man. I just don't see it. Hey, but look, this is why the game is played between the lines. Anything can happen.
And that's in 2 weeks.
For sure.
All right, Sean, we gonna see, man. We gonna see.
Bobby Boucher can't help it.
And save the Gators. Wow.
All right, let's talk about these other two Friday games, and then we can get into some of these questions we got in the chat, so we don't go too far beyond. I don't even know why I put this game on, but I think I was kind of high on Kansas State, but they 1-2 right now. They favored over Arizona in Arizona by 1.5, which is really a push 'em. And the over and under is 54.5. I don't think neither one of these teams is any good. Avery, what's his name? Avery Johnson. Come on, man. What can you do? What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah. I second you on what you just said. Come on, man, Avery Johnson. I was talking heavy smoke about you, man. You gotta show me something tonight. I'm gonna go with you, Avery, on the road at Arizona tonight. Show me something. And I'm gonna take the over since they gave you all them points. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Man, listen, I can't even blame really Avery Johnson. I gotta blame everything else around him. We seen the first game, Iowa State. They barely scraped out against North Dakota. So, and then they lost to Army. So I listen. I'm just all the way. My meter went from like 8 for them in the Big 12 to like a 2. It's still a lot of football to play. The Big 12 is going to be real chaotic, but I'm going Arizona just by default. I can't keep on picking. I can't keep on picking Kansas State. They keep letting me down. I just can't do it.
Yeah, man. I have a hard
time putting any faith in K-State. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Maybe seeing his father and brother fight traumatized that team or something. I don't know, man. I thought Kansas. I'm with y'all. I thought K State would be better. They did lose their starting running back the first game. Give me Arizona.
Mm.
Hey, is that true too? That what I seen about the running back not coming back to the team?
Yeah, he done. He left. He left. He put that in out there after that, like coming into that week 1.
That's bogus, man.
Yeah, I heard that too. That's crazy.
Well, didn't it have something to do with his money?
No, I think from that injury, I think it was really the injury too. Like,
He said promises wasn't fulfilled. We don't know. It could be.
Oh, he did
dealing
that.
with the
That
money.
speech did have something else.
He said promises was not fulfilled.
And it's something with this nail, man, that a lot
He
of
got hurt and they rescinded the check, man.
Or maybe they felt like he could have went back in that game and didn't.
Facts.
you know.
But I would take Kansas State to win this game, man, because I think Arizona is probably worse than Maryland, Northwestern, Purdue, Rutgers. What other bottom-dwelling Big Ten team can I throw out there?
I knew he was taking it there. I already knew it. I knew it. He getting at you, say he trying to come at you. What?
Well, he put a shot at my Texas Longhorns, so I had to come at his conference.
Yeah, but you gotta understand something about Arizona. They've been talking about this kid Fafita at quarterback for this is the second year in a row about him having a high draft stock. So they got an NFL quarterback back there. He's going to get drafted in the first 3 rounds.
That's possible. The rest of their team ain't even gonna get an invite for a free agency deal.
We ain't sure about what's going to get invited from Kansas State either, though.
Man.
Facts on that, too. What's your thoughts on New Mexico? I don't even know why I put this one on here either. New Mexico and UCLA. Maybe because UCLA is such bum. I meant to throw them in there with the Big Ten bottom dwellers.
JoJo, you see what's going on, man. He's trying to pad his stats.
He coming
because he knows certain people weren't gonna be here. He was like, "Ooh, this is a nice little 6-0 slate for me tonight."
He up 2-1 right now, Zay.
I see what he doing. I see what he doing, man. We going UCLA, man.
I'm going UCLA too, man. But they favored by 14.5, which really means that New Mexico gotta be some bums.
Yeah, okay.
Is this the same New Mexico team that played Michigan close?
I mean, 34-17.
Ain't it? They put 17 up on Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, give me New Mexico.
Now you just messing your numbers up on purpose.
Nah, I did pick UCLA, even though I thought they was gonna get the upset. I think last week, maybe the week before, but they got thrashed. So I'm taking New Mexico since they put up 17 against Parlay Pell's Gold Blue, which. We ain't gonna speak about them, because Parlay Po ain't here respectively. But I'm going with New Mexico. I think they might be able to get a win. I'm just saying it might look good for their resume. That's 2 tough Big Ten opponents they playing against. If going on the road, Pasadena. So I'm going New Mexico.
Yeah, what Sean Burnett said in the comments.
Yeah, he said
no one should lose to New Mexico.
Nobody should lose to New Mexico.
Bottom dwellers.
All I know is the SEC got 2 big games this weekend. We're gonna talk after that.
Well, I mean, every weekend the SEC got big games.
Yeah, one of them. Oh, whoa! I'm talking about when y'all playing.
Weekend.
I'm talking about when y'all playing another power conference. Y'all play the Big Ten and y'all play independent. We gonna talk after that.
Man. This is so fun because I'm loving it.
Every weekend we doing that. Hey man, why is the Big 12 and ACC games more likely to be scheduled on a Thursday and Friday, on Thursdays and Fridays, and not the SEC and the Big Ten. Now we know Indiana playing tomorrow, but most times you ain't. Listen to this: you ain't never gonna see Texas play on no Thursday or Friday unless it's after Thanksgiving. You ain't never gonna see Ohio State play on no Thursday or no Friday, bro. Why do they always slate these ACC and Big 12 teams on these Thursdays?
I mean,
they might be trying to compete with y'all.
No, it's real simple. This is very simple. On Thursday, what do you have? You got NFL, Thursday night football. It's one game usually, maybe two. Sometimes it be two. It might be one streaming on Peacock or something, whatever. Woo. You don't really have the competition that you have on a Saturday. You just don't. Like the sheer number of games it is on each time slot. And then what do you have to compete against on Friday? Now, the NFL has started doing Friday games too as well, but it's not that many. So it's like the JV before varsity. Stop playing, Sean, man. Come on, man. Come on. Hey, we're going to win 3 in a row, okay? And then you're going to have to come back and you're going to have to see me. You feel me?
SEC too. He Texas A&M.
I see. It's Paul Feinbaum's everywhere. I'm telling you. It's all in the water. Hey, but listen, though. It's a simple mathematical equation. You don't have to compete with nothing on Thursday and Friday for real. So, what is your best shot if you the Big 12 or the ACC? Let's throw these games out on Thursday and Friday and see if we can catch an audience. And we might catch more than we would catch on a Saturday, because if we slot these games at 3:30 or 12 or 7:30 on Saturday, we know everybody is tuned into the Big Ten and the SEC. It's without a doubt. So, I mean, I like the critical thinking on this. I think they need to keep doing it because they ain't got too much to compete with.
Yeah, that's all I mean. That's all I think they're doing is trying to get as much viewership as they can, because you're not gonna get it on no Saturday. Big Ten, SEC, they definitely taking over those stations and on the airwaves for sure. Then you got Notre Dame with the independent. So channels is taken. So we trying to get in where we fit in, man.
Yeah, y'all said it all. I mean, Saturdays is reserved for the big dogs. But I will say this about the Big 12, man. I love that league's quarterbacks. They are a joy to watch. I will say that.
Yeah. I think they need to go ahead. My bad.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I think they need to kind of do some better. What I'm trying to say, some better like scheduling construction, because we need the matchups we need to see early and often with that league. Once it gets to the end of the year, I think they need to try to get their ratings early in the year, and it needs to be when you go into the year and you looking at these rosters. Post game was high on Sawyer Robertson, right? I want to see Sawyer Robertson and Jalen Daniels week 1 if I can. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to see that Dublin, Ireland game, Kansas State and Iowa State. I don't think nobody. We was excited that football was coming, so it probably got good views. But just think about if it was somebody else. You put up your 2 best offensive players in the league up against each other that first week somewhere in a remote location. You made them play a neutral site game. I think that would have went even crazier.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a different twist on it, man. I know and I'm quite sure my man Sean can bear witness to this. Down south, and especially in Texas, they ain't trying to have none of their universities play on no Friday like that. When high school football rule, they ain't trying to be doing that. They ain't trying to have no clash in that. They want to see high school football on them Fridays. They ain't trying to have no college football on. And those universities ain't even trying to do that to their fanship like that. We're going to be on Saturday. The high school had their Fridays. So I know that they ain't never going to do nothing like that. But, of course, Texas do play Texas A&M the day after Thanksgiving. But, high school football is probably done, or they're playing in the playoffs or something at that point.
That's a fact, Rob. High school football is huge in Texas.
Yeah, the cities be shutting down.
Right. What's your thoughts on the January transfer portal window being the only one in January? I think between the 2nd through the 11th, just depending on how those days fall. It's a 10-day window. It's the Big Ten coaches aren't in favor of it. Why wouldn't they be in favor of that?
Well, let's just be honest, y'all. Ryan Day was the one pushing this, because he see the dynasty is brewing and it's going to affect us the most. We're going to be the team that's going to get caught. Whoever the teams that feel like they were going to get caught in this portal window, more likely than not, should have been in favor of it. Now, that's not the whole country, so you're not going to have a huge backing. I knew this wasn't going to go through because everybody not playing on the same level. You feel me? So, when it comes to these playoff games, you want as much advantages going into the next year if you can't get it done right then and there. And that's an advantage to the teams that's not playing late in January.
I think that's just a great question for Zay to answer. It is what it is for me. It's just something tough to look at. I don't really have much to say, because I really haven't looked at it or thought as much as I would like, but I'm all in agreement with Zay on that one. I think you know a lot more when it comes to that.
Well, I mean, wouldn't we in favor for one transfer window,
Yeah.
right? Then we want this.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted it pushed back though. We wanted it somewhere between where after everybody got done playing, it was an opportunity for everybody to be able to go recruit these kids out of the portal, because we felt like it was an unfair advantage for the teams that were still playing. That was the whole conversation. So
Right.
that's why I said nobody was going to back this, because you could really probably list about 10 to 15 teams that's going to be playing late January most years. You was never going to have a lot of coaches in here.
Right. So that transfer portal window is during the playoffs, right, fellas?
It's like I think it ended up being like right before the national championship, like a week. Yeah. So it was like two teams, but it was still like two teams before that like where it's about to start, and you got to prep, do all this woo woo. You got to go scout these kids. So it's more to it than just seeing names in the portal. You got to scout these dudes and see who fits your program and all that. So that's the legwork behind it, and that's why they was trying to push for it, because they like, how are we going to be able to do our due diligence with these kids that's in the portal, and then we got our own kids that might want to hit this portal as well.
Well, I can see that, but I think with teams having the management teams now for these programs is going to help with that out a lot, so the coaches can focus on the playoff games that they have if they're there, and let their management teams handle the recruiting and NIL and all that. Because you got to remember too, Zay, a lot of these players that they want to transfer, they already scouted out of high school. They just didn't choose their team, right? So I think with the management, that would help that out.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you make. And when I think about it, I think of it too as like, okay, if I put my name in the portal during this time, am I more likely to go with the management team, or am I more likely to go with Marcus Freeman because he called me personally? So I think that's where the advantage was when Ryan Day initially made his statements about this, because he like, I can't hop in the portal because I'm prepping for this game. You can get a team together, you can get guys on it, but the management team ain't Ryan Day, and the management team ain't got no comparison to Marcus Freeman getting on that phone.
Now, just thinking of my bad post game, I was about to say, just thinking about it real quick. I know we talked about just one portal window, but then you think about like SEC, Big Ten, SEC. When it comes to playoff and positioning in these last few years, they've had the upper. Could this be the Big Ten trying to move in? And it's just something to look at. The Big Ten is always trying to push for certain things because it's just the Big Ten, and they deserve, some respect, I think, in certain ways on the national level. When we talk about a lot more things, it's not that they don't, but that SEC is always talked about in the playoffs. So maybe this the Big Ten of moving their way in to having a upper on the portal. Never know.
Yeah, what you saying is true, Zay. They recruits would much rather hear from the coach. But here's the thing, right? Uh, it's not like when you're in that transfer portal, it's like a high school recruiting class, right? One of the things Marcus Freeman has always said is we want to major in high school recruiting and minor in transfer portal. So I mean, a typical transfer portal class at Notre Dame ain't no more than 5, 6 players, depending on the year. And
Likewise.
yeah, you feel me? So I mean, I'm pretty sure Freeman or Day or Sarkeesian or the Florida State's coach, Michigan coach, I'm pretty sure if they making a deep playoff run, they can set aside 5 to 10 minutes for a couple players. What y'all think?
Oh, they're gonna set aside 5 or 10 minutes for certain players for sure. For sure.
So I think this. So this is what I think. I think we're focusing in too much on the players that's coming in and not retaining our own rosters. Because what's going on is you're trying to keep your team together and you don't want your kids to hit the portal. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that's sticky because you're in the midst of a playoff run. So you can't really go through and evaluate a kid and tell him, okay, this is what it's looking like for you coming up next year. You'll probably have a chance or not because you're in the midst of still trying to win games. That's not on the docket right now. So
True.
I think that's where we're not
True.
emphasizing enough. It's not about the guys that's coming in. It's really about retaining your roster more than anything.
True. But I would say this my bad, Rob. Just let me say this real quick. Now, you trying to keep your lady. Let's say I'm just hypothetically, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Know how folks be.
Just hypothetically. I know y'all got a good thing, whatever. But would it be easier if your lady lived with you to apologize to her and keep her home, or would it be easier to make that phone call and she in a whole nother house from you?
Oh, no. You got a point right there.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, we could, bro. It's good points. It's good
Yeah.
points on both sides. We can go all night, man. So I want to get to Rob though.
Yeah, I mean, and what's the regular season in? A lot of these coaches, they meet with their whole entire team at some point and sort of let them know what their expectations are, and those players will get a chance to know where they stand and if they're going to have to move on or not. Really based on what's coming in that next recruiting class. Because if you're already far back on that depth chart and they got a guy that they're recruiting that is uber talented and he's coming in as a true freshman, chances of you going further back is probably going to happen. So you already know I got to get in this portal, try to find me a home somewhere else. I think it all works itself out. I think Ryan Day does have a valid point because, I mean, if you playing in that national championship game, you want to focus on your team. You don't want to have to deal with no portal, and I understand that. But I think also that, by that time, you already know who's coming and going and who's probably going to be hitting that portal. And I think it's probably the best time that they can do it anyway if they're going to only have one portal window. I think at that point, because school's about to start, right around that time, you can get guys on their financial package and you can get them enrolled in school. If you wait any later than that, they might miss a week or two of school.
Hey,
So, I think it's the best time.
Hey, Rob, I don't understand why the SEC coaches didn't back Ryan Day with this because y'all the only conference that got the rule where y'all can't transfer in conference in the fall portal. So I didn't understand why they didn't back him on this. Because I think that actually hurts the talent level in the SEC. Because when guys decide to transfer in the fall, they can't go. They got to come to the Big Ten. It's just the truth about it. or the ACC.
That's true. That's a good point that you just made right there. That's a good point. Let's look at
Interesting.
some of these other questions we got in the chat. I'm gonna try to find as many of them as I can.
That's some good ones. That's what I was thrown off by just reading some of the questions we got. That's some good
Anthony said, "I have a question. So you will put a 2-loss Indiana team over a 1-loss Florida State or Miami team if the latter losses to the if they lost in the in the conference championship game and they only had 1 loss." So no, that ain't gonna happen.
A 2-loss Indiana team is getting over because they keep on talking about this 8-4 SEC team. Ain't no 8-4 team, like, because I don't know if y'all seen Oklahoma's schedule now. They got like 9 ranked opponents left on their schedule. So it's like, I don't care if they got 9. If they go 8-4 on that schedule, I'm not putting them in the playoffs. I'm just not.
Yeah, because it's like you I ain't even going. That'll be a whole nother show. I'm gonna leave it at that. I agree with that. I agree.
He said that'll be a whole nother show. Hey, yeah, go ahead, kick your stuff, then, boss. Go ahead.
They not getting past a 1-loss Florida State, even if we win the ACC championship. I just don't think it's possible. I think Indiana got a tough route, man. I just think the route that they on, they playing with fire in the midst of what Oklahoma playing with. You know, that's a tough, brutal schedule they got to go through, as well as even Washington. So, you know, we could throw Washington in there, and I still don't think either one of them two could do it.
JoJo, you could slash Indiana and Illinois too, by the way, because they got resemblance in their schedule. Yeah. So if either one go 10-2, we talking about the same type of team. One look better on the field though. But right. I'm saying it's like the same. You get what I'm saying? It's like the
then
same.
You like when it comes to that playoff, like will they be ready for that type of? Yeah, I just don't think. It's still early, but I just don't think. I mean, I'm not going to put them over my Seminoles for sure.
Yeah, not a 1-loss team. Now, I mean, if we're looking at a 3-loss SEC team at that point, then would you put them over them? And I really do believe the committee gonna look at that Indiana team again and be like, yeah, you got 2 losses and they got 3, but man, we ain't doing that. We're gonna go ahead and save face and put this SEC team in over Indiana because the Indiana brand just ain't as big as a 3-loss SEC team. Now, but if it fell the other way, then I'm quite sure if it was a 2-loss, like you say, if it was a 3-loss Oregon team and a 2-loss Tennessee team, maybe they would put Oregon in. I don't know. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. Sean said, I have a legitimate question about Saturday. So Ohio State is on Peacock and A&M and Notre Dame is on NBC and Peacock. Could Ohio State game be
not shown? And that will piss off many Buckeye fans. It's just a hypothetical.
Yeah.
You know, Sean, come on, man. You trying to turn on the stove on high heat, man. I get what you're
both in the Midwest. It's only Ohio State game was only shown in Columbia, only in Ohio.
When you get on Peacock, bruh, when you get on Peacock, it's 2 separate things you click. Yeah. It's just like Netflix, bruh. Yeah, you just click what game you want to watch. It's not that difficult, man. He trying to get a reaction out of me. I see you, bro.
SEC
been watching
Big Ten views.
He been watching the show. I see you. I'm turning over a new leaf, my man. I'm turning over a new leaf.
Sean, join the club. Everybody who comes in a chat, they always target that guy down there. For some reason.
Yeah. Y'all good.
Next question. I have a question for all of you guys. As both SEC and Big Ten fans, what combination would you rather have, Clemson and Florida State or Miami and Florida State?
Like, is he referring to like to join our conference?
Yeah.
I'm taking Florida State and Clemson. Yeah, I would take Florida State and Clemson. I think that makes more sense for the Big Ten if that came down the pipe.
I'm surprised.
Why? We don't have a Florida school. Well, I like y'all's brand over the other two, the Florida and the Miami. You know, we know what y'all's brand is. It's all about branding, you know. And then we're not in South Carolina at all. So, of course, I would go in the SEC country and take South Carolina, Clemson.
I'm gonna tell you right now, as an SEC fan, man, the way some of these SEC teams are having a field day in the state of Florida, getting some of them athletes, they're not trying to compete against another Florida school for those Florida players. So I don't think they would want Miami or Florida State. They definitely want Florida State to go to the Big Ten. I think they want Miami to do the same thing. Will they entertain Clemson, even though they got South Carolina in the same state? I believe they would entertain Clemson. But I think the SEC would rather have North Carolina simply because of the basketball program. If they were to take anybody out of that ACC, it would be they would take Clemson and probably North Carolina for sure. Probably even Duke because of the basketball connection. And they don't mind having some more bottom dwellers, especially since they're going to go to a 9-game SEC schedule. They want a couple more bottom dwellers for sure. They want to be like the Big Ten and have at least 8 bottom dwellers instead of 4.
Man, ain't I putting the link on the bottom? Ain't I putting the link on the bottom dweller show? We went through it.
Man, appreciate the comments as well. All the great questions, Mr. Mazzano, Mr. Burnett, for tuning in with all the great comments as well this evening, as well as everyone else also.
What do y'all think about this one? Do you guys find it hypocritical that fans criticize these kids for leaving and trying to get playing time, but coaches can just get out of their contract for a better job willy-nilly?
That part. That part.
Yeah.
Go ahead, post game. What you think? Go ahead.
No, he said it all. I don't have no. Listen, man. If I'm a student athlete in this NIL day and age, I'm setting myself up the best way I can. And if that means going to a team that's offering something better, I'm cool with that. We've seen it for years and years and years from coaches. They swear by these kids. They recruit them. They love them. This and that. Y'all like my sons. We family. As soon as a big program call, well, guys, I'm gone. You know what I mean? So I agree with the comment, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he said it. He said it right. You know, I don't got a problem with kids hitting the portal. I got a problem though when I feel like you ran from competition. That's a whole different conversation. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't like people ducking smoke. I feel like if you could have stayed there, you was getting compensated well, and you just ducked smoke and tucked your tail and ran. I don't like that.
It's crazy because I think we talk so much about this. My thing is being a former athlete. I want loyalty, of course, but when it comes to the coaches switching and doing what they do, that makes it tougher. I would look to be different. I would try to stamp my name at a college that's a small school, bring in every amount of dollar, do it big. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I think I would try to change the culture today. I think that's something that's needed. We're gonna see something different. I think in AJ Ibasa, I talk about him a lot on the NCAA side for BYU being the #1 recruit and choosing that school. I think that's going to make a wave. I think we got some others that's done it as well in this coming year. So that's just my thoughts and my opinion. I think we can't forget their kids.
Hey, that comment is hilarious.
Which one?
Oh, you know which one, Rob.
Oh, about the Big 12. I mean, I feel like a kid should be able to jump in that portal, man. But after going to one school to another school, you might be able to get one more transfer in, maybe. If you like a grad senior and you ain't going to the NFL and you want to transfer somewhere else to play, or a scenario like that. But guys transferring like 3 and 4 times, man, I ain't feeling that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't feeling that. But I think they should be able to go wherever they can make the most money. Like I got a kid that used to play, who went to school where I teach at when he was in elementary school, and he was at Cincinnati. He went from Cincinnati to USF, and then he grad transferred to UCLA. So, I understand that. No. That's what he did. He went to UCF, and then he went to UCLA. So yeah, I could see that. But man, guys transferring 3 and 4 times, that's a little bit too much for me. But I think they should be able to go if they want to go.
Yeah, man, listen, I think they should be able to go as many times as it take them, and they want to, for real, because we do not do this with the coaches. We just don't. And and when we do it with the coaches, guess what happens? They get $50 million to sit at home if they get fired or something. So they get all this stuff. Go ahead, let's see 82 though. 82.
Real quick, is it just me, or did y'all hear something about they about to start giving kids 5 years of eligibility and that's it?
Yeah,
No
that's
medical, red shirts, none of that.
Yeah.
Sure. We talked about that like earlier at the beginning of the year. We talked about that. That's what all the coaches they're in agreement with that. The guy should only have 5. They don't want no more Diego Pavias and no more the guy who was played 8 years who went from Oregon to Miami. They don't want any more of that. They want this thing to be
playing with these
5
kids.
years to play, and that's it.
Yeah, and it's something crazy, some crazy number out there like this too. Post game, out of the 130 something odd FCS teams, at least 2 of them got. I mean, each team at least got 2 guys that's 24 years or older on their team.
Crazy work. But you know what? We starting to see the end of that COVID year. If I'm not mistaken, this like the last year from them COVID kids that had all that extra eligibility.
Yep.
Man, you can't figure it out in 5 years though. It's just time to
this is it. They've been talking about it in a few articles.
It's your regular job.
Facts, like the rest of us.
Get as much NIL money you could have gotten in 5 years and get a regular job. Anthony said, Joe, in post game, do you guys criticize a little bit Norvell when it comes to high school recruiting? You feel he's horrible at that? And is he over rely on the portal because of it?
I think the way to do it is to be balanced. I mean, if it's working for Florida State, it seems to be working for Florida State this season thus far, being heavy in the transfer portal. But me personally, and if it works for them, it works for them. I don't, whatever works for you. But me personally, I like balance. I like focusing. You want your mains. It's like dinner time. You want your main dish to be the high school players. Then your sides come from the transfer portal.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say agree or disagree. I feel like he's done a great job. If you look at what we have coming in next year, with everything that we had come in from the portal, I think when you have something there that you can use it. If it's there, I think and it's going to help you. Why not? If they're willing to come and help your team, you know, be great, be better. You know, that veteran leadership that can help that team, I feel like it's paying off for us. We had a couple players from the SEC. We had a couple players from the Big Ten. When you bring SEC, Big Ten to a ACC team, that's a different physicality. So I'm all for it, as well as, you know, I think he's done a great job the last couple of years. I think it's been better what we got coming in this 26, 27 year. It's going to be pure heat, as you see some of his handpicked recruits and these freshmen you see that's playing this year. So I think he's done an okay job, and I think it's definitely getting better.
Can I chime in on that, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think Mike Norvell was having a problem with identifying talent properly. And that's why you've seen these portals like this. Because actually, I feel like he's been recruiting good out of high school. I mean, them classes look comparable to Ohio State classes.
Yeah.
So I think they're just missing. You know, sometimes you just miss.
And you're right. Like some players, like you talking about the kid we just lost. I think one of the running backs. I forget what school he went to. A lot of these top players, we've definitely tried to recruit. They've been on our list and had visits. You know, this Neil is a big thing too. Got to think about that as well. So that plays a part in this recruiting nowadays.
He said, I said, go look up a kid named Bear Alexander. Went to 4 high schools and I believe 3 or 4 colleges. Yes, he did all that. I think he started at Georgia. Then he went to USC. Now it was where he's at, Oregon.
Now, see, that's ridiculous, man.
Man,
They've been at all the big time schools.
All the big time schools. Everybody taking a chance on him. I mean, the kid Sadir Mitchell, he came to Texas. He was going to be the man last year. Transferred to LSU. Now I think he left their program. He's from New Jersey.
What position he
Maybe
played?
he can go to Rutgers. Defensive tackle, big kid, man. We had to get his weight off of him. We got him down to like 350, and he had a hard time staying there. But he was about to be the man. Last year he would have been the man, but he transferred to LSU to go with Bo Davis because that's who recruited him to Texas, and so and now he's leaving there. So
He end up at Florida.
he gonna probably go back home. He's from New Jersey, so he probably gonna go somewhere up there. Probably, I don't know. Or he
You know-
might end up.
Yeah, you know, Florida like them 365 guys.
Post, this question is for you. As an athlete, do you agree with them taking away the medical red shirt or gray shirt for an athlete?
That's tough, man. That's tough because if you get a devastating injury, you know, playing the sport you love, man, I don't know if you I have a hard time telling the kid you can't take the medical red shirt. You got 5 years to get yourself together. Like, I agree with the 5 years, but man, a devastating injury, maybe that's a cause for an exception. A devastating injury, and that'd be it.
I'm sure you could probably still apply for one, you know, and they go in front of a group of people though, right?
Yeah, they probably will. But I mean, they sound like they're trying to set it to where you got 5 years and that's it.
so
I think because now that you got so much movement in the transfer portal, you got guys that are in these schools, man. If they end up being there 5, 6, 7 years, Now you got this high school kid coming in trying to play. He can't play because you got this 25-year-old dude on your roster, and he in his second year, and he trying to get some playing time. But this guy decided he was going to come back because he can appeal something like Diego Pavia. Now I know that Vanderbilt happy about that, but I'm quite sure that some of the people that they play, they like, man, we're not trying to deal with that.
We and real quick, Moss. Let me make this point. Juju Watkins tore her ACL, correct?
Yeah.
She may not play this season. So we gonna tell her she can't get the medical red shirt?
She don't care about no medical red shirt. She go WNBA in.
That's Juju.
I'm just saying. Good point, Rob. But you know, a lot of these ladies is eating in college, and they may not be in a rush to get to the W. I'm just saying, you gonna turn an athlete like Juju down?
Hey, you know what I'm thinking too, though? I understand it now.
Oh, shout out Ohio Podcast.
You know, we always say, I mean, you know, you got your aliens out there like Jeremiah Smith and Adrian Peterson was one. You just see certain guys, you be like, fresh out of high school, he could play on the NFL football field. But most 18-year-olds can't, bro.
No, they can't. No.
Yeah.
25, bro, your body is different. You getting grown, man. Wait, I understand it now. Yeah, I agree with the 5 year. Unless you're gonna start being like, okay, this kid coming in and you got a committee that's gonna be like, hey, I'm applying to go to the NFL right now. I'm Jeremiah Smith. And they be like, all right, you can go. If you ain't gonna do it both ways, then you got to do something like that. I agree.
Yeah, I thought Maurice Clarett should have been allowed to enter the draft that year, man.
Yeah.
But
wouldn't his life been different?
Man, my goodness. But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't want to get off topic, but I mean, Juju might not play this year, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so salty too, because USC was coming to the bus, man.
We still going to that game.
I ain't going to that game no more.
We gonna go.
I was only going for Juju. I was only going for Juju.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put a Buckeye shirt on for you.
Go ahead. I ain't going. Juju ain't gonna be there. Well, she might be there, but she ain't gonna be playing. I don't want to go.
Yeah. I appreciate you too, Ohio Podcast. I enjoy your show, man. Every chance I get to jump on, I try to jump on and catch y'all's content because I really like your callers that call in and some of the statements that they make and some of the content that y'all bring. I really enjoy your show. So I'll definitely be joining in again as a Texas Longhorn fan. I appreciate you, Ohio Podcast. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you as well. I was calling,
that is the best Texas fan you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I like that podcast. Sure. I've been tuning in as well. I was trying to call, I think it was earlier this week when I was watching, and it was just busy. They had a good show. And
Boss, is that the podcast you sent in the group chat?
Yeah, that's the one I be sending in the group chat. I be watching
it
every time, man, and they always answer the questions. And it's just a pleasure, you know, to see like-minded people doing the same thing we do. And we definitely will be giving you guys a call, sending some emails. We definitely would want to come and talk our talk with you guys, man. Whatever it is, we are gladly enjoy it. You can reach out to WTP Sports Dudes here, get with us. And we're just, man, we're more than welcome to come and join you guys as well. Not to mention, we also have Mr. Burnett who's in here. Shout out to Mr. Burnett being in. I appreciate you first time joining in. I met him last night at work, and y'all know when I'm on my graveyard shift, I stay working 24/7. We have another SEC in the building on the panel, and I'm sorry, but he is Texas A&M Aggies. And post game, if you are available, WTP Sports, Level Up Sports 10, Zay, if anybody's available tomorrow, I'm trying to set something up for MD and Texas A&M talk for Saturday with Mr. Burnett, and post game tomorrow evening as well, just to get a little talk and thoughts on that game.
Sean Burnett, he a Texas A&M Aggie.
Yes, sir. I met him last night, man. Great guy. He's
And we got a Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
yes, sir.
Oh no, I'm sitting back with popcorn if you set that up.
And he's it's
yeah.
already. I'm gonna set it up and everything. And he's actually from Texas. You know, I've been looking at quite a few videos he sent me about everything that's been going down in Texas. It was a pleasure to meet him. NASCAR, Waffle House eater. I mean, you name it, man. It's just a pleasure, and I appreciate you joining and watching all the great questions in the comments as well.
No, Moss. No, man. You bringing the ops to us?
Nah, man.
That's how you doing.
I'm bringing some great week 3 talk that we've been needing to continue the independent, the SEC. You know, the Big Ten is loaded, so I had to at least bring another SEC, even though he an Aggie, for Unc to feel some comfort so he's not bombarded by the Big Ten or anyone else, because you know the Longhorns.
Man, hold up. They got the whole country, man. What you talking about? He ain't getting bombarded by nothing. You see all the Paul Fine bombs around here, man.
Hey, look, it's the Ohio State mostly on the board, though. It's Big Ten on the board. 2 Ohio States and a Michigan. We bombarded by the Big Ten on the board.
Yeah, but we ain't on the side of Michigan ever, so you can't even include them with us.
Nah, man, you know it's all love, man. Appreciate you as well, Mr. Jaquante Johns from the U's representing the Hurricanes, but you know, bang.
Hey, that's Moss for sure, man. That would be fun. You know, getting on with a Aggie before the game Saturday.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I got it set up. I'm gonna set it up for tomorrow night, 7:30. I get in a text. I'm gonna create a text with us, and we'll get in the thread, and we'll get that set up for tomorrow, 7:30, and you know what we do, man.
For sure.
Sure. All right, y'all. If we ain't got any more questions out there, man, we coming right up on about an hour and 40 minutes. We covered a lot of content. We'll be back again maybe tomorrow, but definitely at 8 a.m. on Saturday for sure. And I'm glad you was able to make it in too, Sean. Even though I'm a Texas Longhorn fan and you're an Aggie fan, that atmosphere in College Station, bro, woo,
Crazy.
That 12th man ain't no hoe. That's for sure.
Hey, that's top. That's top 5. That's top 5.
Man, it might be top 2.
Yeah.
That atmosphere is lit.
Yeah, we was.
Well, I appreciate you coming in here with us too. But if we don't have nothing else, y'all, we can go ahead and close out, man. And then we'll be back again Saturday morning at 8 a.m. If we don't go tomorrow, because we probably will go tomorrow as well. And then again on Sunday at 9 a.m. talking a little bit of NFL action that's going to take place that day. But we all go ahead.
What Longhorns call Aggies after graduation?
I don't know.
I need the answer. Hold up. I need that answer. I need that answer. I want to know the answer, Sean.
You know Zay ready to fire back, man. You know Zay.
I'm gonna keep that in the archive for Texas A&M week.
Make sure y'all like, subscribe, man. If everybody that's viewed the video, if you've came in here, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe. We're gonna continue to come back from this Midwest where right now, as this season continues until it's a date, I believe, in Miami Gardens this year with somebody. We don't know who. Until that changes, it's the Ohio State as the national champions. From one to the throne. We got to give them love. And we're going to continue to give y'all bangers from the Midwest. Level Up Sports 10, FanDuel Zay, Parlay Paul Bridgeburg, Post Game 86, City League TV, and the man that put us together up there, Robert, as we call him, No, so many other names, a legend to us at WTP for Life. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Other than that, man, as we always do, we hit y'all with the pieces of dubs. We out. Much love. We appreciate everyone.
Peace.